everybody and welcome back to another video. So today I am going to be talking about, obviously, like I've already said, it's going to be another Orlando vlog, but this particular video is going to be all about our main base in Orlando, which was our hotel, the Drury Plaza. I did talk about this very briefly in my previous video, which was how we planned our trip, budget, spending money, when we booked, how we booked, etc. And one of those bits of information that I gave you was how we booked this and exactly where we booked. So I did tease you a little bit in the previous video, but this video is going to be all about the Drury Plaza, the benefits, what rooms we had, where it's located, and a review. So please enjoy. So the Drury Plaza is, if you haven't heard, it is a chain hotel called the Drury Hotels. We had heard of it. I don't think definitely haven't stayed in a Drury hotel, but I've definitely heard of the brand and of the company, so we were slightly familiar with it. But it was a brand new hotel at the time. It had only been open for months, like I don't even think it was even 6 months. It was very, very new, and that was very evident from people talking about it on social media. Lack of reviews, there weren't many, and then any of the reviews we saw, it was clearly noted that it was a brand new hotel. And from having conversations with our Uber drivers, Lyft drivers, whenever we got in an Uber and they just said, you know, you're heading to the Drury Plaza, right, just to confirm like who we are and that we are in the right car, and we were like, yeah, Drury Plaza, Disney Springs area. And then the conversation was, this is a brand new hotel, how are you finding it? It's a very well-known hotel at the moment because it's all the talk because it is new. How are you finding it? What do you think? So all of our conversations were pretty much, oh my god, yeah, we knew it was new, but we didn't know that it was the talk of Disney property or the talk of Orlando. So yeah, it was a very, very new hotel, and its official name is the Drury Plaza Hotel in the Disney Springs area. So that means, one, it's on Disney property, so that has its own benefits, and two, you can walk to Disney Springs from the hotel. It is about 15 minutes, 20 minutes if you walk a bit slow. So we did that on a couple of occasions. It was absolutely fine. I wouldn't say walk to or from in like the middle of the day because you will be boiling hot. We learnt that the hard way, but it is within walking distance to Disney Springs, where there are plenty of shops, restaurants, bars, entertainment, all sorts of stuff. So really, really convenient. And as it is on Disney property, it is an official Disney partner hotel. So that means you get Disney's early entry into the park. We were absolutely buzzing when we found that out. I mean, I know it's only 30 minutes, but those 30 minutes do really count, especially when you're at that time, early entry, you can head straight to your favourite ride or the ride that you know is going to be the most popular. So we really, really liked that, and we did utilise the early entry a couple of days. Definitely worth it for doing things like Test Track and all of those popular rides that everyone does go on about. And the Drury Plaza does not stop there with like amenities and stuff. Oh no, 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 no. Wait until you hear about everything that's included with this hotel. Number one, you get breakfast included, and I'm not talking about like a bit of fruit and a bagel. I mean, like, there's a waffle station, there's pancakes, there's biscuits and gravy, there's sausage, potato, eggs, there's bagels, bread that you can toast, there's mini muffins, which we did end up having a bit of a routine. We ended up getting like 2 or 3 mini muffins, packing them up and taking them in our bags to the parks. So as soon as we got there, we were like, we're a bit hungry again. So we ended up eating the mini muffins. So definitely utilise that. And of course fruit, they had a selection of like whole fruit that you can just take, like oranges, apples, bananas, which again we packed and took them to the parks. And they also had like cut fruit like watermelon, orange segments and things like that. So there was a wide range of food that you can have at breakfast. And breakfast was served from I think 6 until 10, which was again amazing. So if you wanted to maybe to have a lay-in, you weren't going to miss it because it's still open at 10. And if you wanted to get up really early to go to the parks or do something else really early in the morning, you could still use it in the morning because it was open at 6. I did find I sort of did both of those, so sometimes I went really early and sometimes I did go later on in the day, like in the morning, like 9:30, maybe even 9:45. And I did find out from doing both of those, it was much better to go really early in the morning because there was barely no one in there. So if you went later on, at just before it closed, I think everyone got the same idea, or everyone, maybe Orlando, maybe in America people just lay in all the time. We didn't. So we definitely preferred going on really early in the morning at like 7 a.m. And there was also tea and coffee facilities, not just at breakfast, 24 hours a day. So you could get tea or coffee any time of the day in the hotel, and you could get it in normal cups, and you could also have it in like the to-go cups with the lids. Absolutely love it. There was decaf and normal coffee. There were different types of tea, but as a Brit, I didn't like any of their tea because they don't have the same types of tea as we do in the UK, obviously. So I only had coffee, but they had like Coffee Mate, like syrup. They had hazelnut and vanilla. Their vanilla one, oh my God, was so nice. I should have like tried to find some at like Walmart or something to bring back, but I sadly didn't. But it was really nice. They also had creamer, milk. They also had non-dairy for mum, which she was loving. She only found out that the creamer was non-dairy like a few days before going home, as she just assumed it was all dairy, but it wasn't. So she was like, oh my God, I never noticed. So you can get tea and coffee all day, every day, for however long you're there, and you can get it to go. Now they also had a shop in the hotel, which was just called, I think, called like the marketplace, where they had sort of all of your essentials if you've maybe missed like packing toothpaste, things like that. Also like chips, snacks, even things that you could put in the microwave in the room. They also had Pizza Hut that you could order. It would be made to order. You obviously had to pay for all of this, but still really good. You don't have to go out anywhere else and get it if you just wanted to have it in the hotel. And they also had Starbucks machines as well, where you can pay to have maybe more of a specialty coffee, like a cappuccino or a latte or something like that. But I was happy to have just the normal filter coffee that was free because it was free. Another thing that's included with your stay is the kickback, which is 5:30 to 7:30 every evening. You could have dinner, which was like crazy. It wasn't like a full-on like meals or anything. It was pretty much snacks. It was like chips and salsa. They did have sometimes like chicken, baked potato, baked beans. They had a salad bar. They had hot dogs. So you could make it a meal, and we certainly did. We definitely put a load of stuff on our plate and just had it as a meal. That did me fine. So again, if you maybe didn't want to go out, or if you're maybe trying to save money when you're away, they've got the kickback there, which you could have for your dinner. And keeping in line with this theme, they also had popcorn and soda from 4 p.m. till 8 p.m. And when I say popcorn and soda, they had popcorn machines that you could just go and help yourself as many times as you wanted to between the hours of 4 and 8. And let me tell you, I thought this was like for children. Every time I saw the machine being used, it was an adult putting up like 3 or 4 bags of popcorn and just legging it. So I don't know if that was for their kids or just for them to maybe have as a snack. It was definitely very popular. And the soda that they had at the same time as well was like lemonade. They had Sprite. They had something called Mellow Yellow or Yellow Mellow. I don't know which way that was actually pronounced, but it was like some yellow drink, which I didn't use. But yeah, Coke, the sort of usual soda that you would get in one of those like fountain machines, they just had out there between 4 and 8. Again, I think that's great if you don't want to stick with just water. You can go and get those drinks, and you can fill up a bottle if you want. I saw people doing that. I know my sister was filling up her bottle of Minute Maid lemonade, which they had available, because it's really, we absolutely love Minute Maid lemonade, and we don't think they have it here, or if they do, it's not like in the normal shops that you go to. But yeah, everyone was loving that. And then not forgetting, also during kickback and the hours of 4 and 8, you also could get 3 free alcoholic drinks per person per day. And it wasn't just like a glass of wine. You could have glasses of wine, you could have beer, or you could have cocktails, and I'm talking like margaritas and things like that. 3 of them every day for your stay. Now, we're not drinkers in our family, but boy did my dad go up and come back with a tray of 3 drinks. And he would also sneakily use someone else's card, because we were given cards on check-in for each person, and every day they would tick off when you've used the free alcoholic drink things for that day. And it didn't have a name on other than a surname, and we all had the same surname. So my dad did steal like my brother's card and then go and get 3 more. And he came back with just again a tray of like 3 glasses of wine. So yeah, I think that's just, I mean, yeah, we don't drink, so I didn't really care if that was or wasn't included in the hotel stay. But I know some people that maybe would like to have a glass of wine in the evening. Definitely do it then. And just this is just going on and on, but another thing you get included are free shuttle buses to the Disney parks. Now, we wanted to book somewhere that did have shuttles included, because we knew we weren't going to book a holiday that we were going to hire a car. So we thought, okay, well, instead of spending loads of money and getting like Ubers and Lyfts around to the parks, try and find somewhere that maybe does have free shuttles included. So on some days when it suits us and when it sort of coincides with the shuttle times, we can use the shuttle. So we're so happy that we found this hotel, because it did offer free shuttle buses to all 4 theme parks, and also whichever water park was open that time, which was Typhoon Lagoon. And also you could get a shuttle a couple of times a day to Disney Springs. So if you didn't want to do that 15-20 minute walk, you can get the shuttle bus there. Now again, we thought this was a great idea, and we used the shuttle a couple of times, but there were times where maybe the shuttle was too early or too late for us, so when we had other plans to meet, you know, somewhere and go somewhere. So we did use Ubers probably half the time. But if you are happy to stick to those shuttle times, I'll put up the shuttle times now, but they are a couple, you know, they're every hour, if not even, you know, twice an hour, sometimes like that, but definitely for the popular parks like Magic Kingdom and Epcot. But they are there for you to use, and it's completely free of charge. On arrival, they either can give you an actual hard copy of the schedule, or you can go on the QR code or the sort of app, not the app, like a web page that they tell you to go to. So they do give you that information on check-in as well. They also had free Wi-Fi, which was good Wi-Fi. I know some places you go to, the Wi-Fi was a bit dodgy, but we had no issues with the Wi-Fi. There was also a swimming pool, and it was quite a large pool. We always were able to get loungers whenever we were down there. There was also like a really cute kids splash pad as well. And the most important thing is that they provided towels as well. They had a big sort of cart out by the pool where you can go and pick them, and then once you've used them, you'd go and put them in another cart that says used towels. So towels were included, you didn't even have to bring your own. Now moving on to our rooms. So we each had a standard 2 queen bed room. The difference being, on arrival, we found out that Mum, Dad and Matt's room had been upgraded from like a window view to an actual balcony view. So they did have a balcony. So we were a bit like, what? Why not us and why them? Didn't have a clue why. We weren't going to argue. It was nice that they gave someone an upgrade. As I said in one of my videos, it might have been due to Matt's birthday. They might have like sort of put 2 and 2 together and done it that way. But yeah, it was, we both had the same type of room. They just had the additional space outside. And the rooms were amazing. They were so spacious. The space that you got was insane. I mean, I did use a lot of the actual space just to shove all my stuff down, as you saw in my room tour video. There was just a whole section of my stuff and my suitcase. That's what I'm like on holiday. I'm sorry, I don't unpack and put stuff in a wardrobe. I don't have time for that. I'm on holiday. But there really was so much space. There were the 2 queen beds, which were so comfortable. They were, oh my god, they weren't too soft, they weren't too hard. I don't like a really hard mattress because my back ends up like really aching, but absolutely fine. It didn't have any issues at all. The beds were so comfy. They were fairly high up as well, which I quite liked. I don't know if that makes a difference on how you sleep, but I really liked it. There was just so much space and so much room for the 2 of us. We each had sort of a separate area for our luggage. There was even towards our window, there was a whole area with like a table and chairs. That was like, I mean, there was sort of no need for that really. I mean, I guess maybe if there was 4 of you, it might make a bit of a difference because you've got almost a bit of a living space area. But I mean, for the 2 of us, that it was way more than enough space. We also loved the sort of kitchenette area as you came in. You had a separate sink. So maybe if someone was in the shower, you could maybe wash your hands, brush your teeth, you know, do sort of your thing there. So you weren't sort of waiting for the other person. There was a safe, a mini fridge and a microwave. We didn't use the microwave. I thought we would though, to almost get like ready meals from like Walmart or something, but we ended up not even using the microwave at all. And I was proper buzzing about the microwave being in the room. We didn't even use it. But it was nice to just come in, and then there on the left was an area that you could put things. We bought a lot of food and drink from Walmart, so it was nice to put everything there. The fridge was big enough for a lot of our food and stuff to go in. It was just nice to have that extra space there for almost that normal sort of kitchen living area, sort of that type of like holiday vibe that you want to go for, because it's essentially, I mean, it was self-catering obviously without the breakfast, but it was nice to have somewhere to put food that you maybe want to keep and use at a later date in that humongous room. And the bathroom, again, there was so much space. I had sort of one side of the sort of vanity sink area, then my sister had the other side. The shower was so nice. There was even a little seat, which was good for when we were shaving our legs, just saying. Really nice use of space there in the shower. And you of course get stuff included as well. We had soap, a facial bar, and we also got in the actual shower, you could have shampoo, conditioner and body wash as well. So we definitely used those. I did say in my room tour vlog that I didn't bring anything with me because I knew that they were included. So maybe if you're thinking about putting that sort of stuff in your suitcase, like shampoo, conditioner, body wash, maybe leave that out if you're maybe worried about weight limit as well in your suitcase, because you don't need to bring it because they do supply that for you. And Drury Plaza, you are not short on giving people towels. We had, I don't know if they assumed there'd be 4 people staying in this room, but for the 2 of us, we each had about 4 towels each. I don't know why, but there were so many towels. There was like 3 big ones, 1 mini one, and then there was like a sort of mat that you put on, like a shower mat. But we had so many towels. We didn't need them all, but at the same time we did use them all because they were there. And I just want to mention, in the room there are about 6 or 7 USB ports, which is amazing. Us as Brits, we always come over thinking, oh my god, we have to bring like 6 or 7 adapters, like travel adapters. And we always, well, I ended up losing a lot of mine, so I was like panicking, like I think I found 1 or 2. But when we got there was like 2 in one of the actual sockets by the kitchenette. There was 2 in an alarm clock next to the bed, and there was another 2. That was actually USB and a USB-C by the TV. So there were loads, and there were actual plug sockets as well. So if you did bring a travel adapter, you're absolutely fine in that area as well. So like room 10 out of 10. Amenities, 10 out of 10. The service as well. Every time we'd come down and go out and wait for an Uber or go and get a shuttle bus, and every time we came back into the hotel through the sort of lobby area, there was always someone there asking how our day was, you know, saying have a good day, good morning, enjoy the parks, because it was obvious because we were walking down with our magic bands on and Sophie's Disney ears, so it was quite obvious where we were heading. But the service, I mean, the service in America is always amazing because I think they are well known to give that extra standard of service to you, and I think it's more like their tipping culture as well over there, is they almost work for their tips. In Britain it's essentially they do their job and they get paid. In America it's like that's not really how it works. They don't really get enough money in a normal wage, so I think they do earn a lot of their money through tips, which I think is great, but I feel like they should be getting paid what they should be getting paid. So like, just pay them what they deserve because they do an amazing job. All I'm saying. And of course, the location, 10 out of 10. If you are looking for a base for specifically Disney, definitely the one for you. All of the Disney parks were, I think the furthest away in an Uber or on the shuttle bus, I think was Magic Kingdom, and that was probably about 15 minutes, probably not even that. And to be fair as well, we did go to Universal twice, and in terms of location from Universal, from like International Drive, I think it was about 20 minutes. So again, it wasn't really too far, wasn't that pricey in an Uber. So I think location wise, it's ideal. And again, you are on Disney property, so there's also a good thing as well. When we first arrived and we were in the Uber going to the hotel for the first time, our Uber driver said to us, oh, because you are going into Disney property, we will be going past the like welcome to Walt Disney World sign because you are going into Disney property. So he drove really slow for us so we could sort of get a bit of footage, and I think my mum took photos as well. So you do go into Disney property, and it's just an amazing feeling, and being like, we're finally here. So that was so nice. I loved it. But I was just so happy with this hotel. We didn't really know much about it, again, because it was new. We had just seen it pop up on BA after like months of searching, and then it just ticked all of our boxes. It was everything we were looking for. The breakfast, the location, the shuttles, that's all we wanted. And then getting all of those other amenities with it as well, and it not being any more in price, we were just thrilled. And we were so lucky that we found it and that we stayed there, because I would go back there in a heartbeat. Like, I would just continuously go back there. I really, really would. So what I would say is, if anyone maybe wants to go to Disney on a budget, but maybe wants to stay on property, have a few amenities, not maybe have to worry about getting breakfast as soon as you get up, because that's one of the reasons why we like breakfast included. We don't have to panic about where to go for breakfast. I would definitely give Drury Plaza a chance. Have a look. It is, like I've said, amazing location. You get those amenities, and it is not expensive. It really isn't pricey for what you get. I think I'd love to stay on like proper Disney property, like in one of the like moderate deluxe hotels. But I think with the things you get, and you are still on Disney property, I would definitely choose that over official Disney hotels any day, unless I've got like loads of money, which I don't. So I cannot recommend this hotel enough. It is amazing. I would go back there all day, every day if I could, mainly for the French vanilla coffee mate creamer. I have left a review on TripAdvisor as well, because I was just so happy with it. And I obviously said in my last video, there weren't many reviews of the hotel, so we didn't really know what to expect. So I'm hoping I'll be able to add to that and just give that it was 5 stars, amazing hotel. So hopefully you see that review and think, oh, okay, she's telling the truth on this video, because I really am. So if you're ever thinking about planning a Disney holiday, Orlando holiday, and you're looking at maybe wanting to stay in the Disney area, so Lake Buena Vista, Drury Plaza is definitely the one for you. But thank you so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying all of these Orlando vlogs. I've still got a few more to go, so I'm gonna keep on at it. I'm gonna keep talking until I can't talk anymore. But again, thank you so much for watching. While you're here, you might as well go and watch my other Orlando vlogs, or maybe just any of my other videos, because I do truly appreciate all of the support I'm getting. So thank you so much, and I will see you in another video. Goodbye.